Hey guys, it's Nick, and I just woke up this morning to this awesome news on Nikola with their new MOU with General Motors. That's a memorandum of understanding. So I'm going to go through this real quick, but then I got to go buy a whole bunch of Nikola stock on this awesome GM news. So let's see. Their press release says, today they announced the signing of a non-binding memorandum of understanding. Non-binding? That's not that good. But anyway, it's got to be great, right? Because they put out the press release. Okay, so they are global supply agreement related to the integration of GM's Hydrotech fuel cell system with Nikola's commercial semi-truck. Great. Now let me just find the part where they start producing the Badger in large numbers. Where is that on this press release? Let's see. I don't see it anyplace. Nikola and GM will work together to integrate GM's Hydrotech, blah, blah, blah. Nikola is going to work together with GM to help them integrate GM's products. That doesn't sound that good either. Let's see. Where is the part about the Badger? Let's see. Here we go. The MOU does not include the previously contemplated GM equity stake in Nikola or development of the Nikola Badger. As previously announced, the Nikola Badger program was dependent on an OEM partnership. Nikola will refund all previously submitted order deposits for the Nikola Badger. I think, hold on, I gotta go cancel my market buy orders for Nikola here. So what this is saying is, despite what the nice headline makes you want to believe, what this is saying is the Badger partnership with GM is dead. GM doesn't even want to take the $2 billion in Nikola stock because Nikola is so toxic, apparently. And the Badger's dead. They're going to have to go it alone. And Nikola is now replacing the so-called Badger partnership with just any other supplier partnership that GM supplies parts and technology to of any other company. It's basically saying, I could say that I have a GM supply partnership if I go to a Chevy dealer and buy a pickup truck because I just bought something from GM. Or it's like saying I have a supply partnership with Intel and NVIDIA and Microsoft because I went and bought a whole bunch of Windows laptops. Same deal here. So let's just look at this little about Nikola Corporation, because if they don't actually build anything and they're only buying stuff, what do they actually do? Well, they're globally transforming the transportation industry as a designer and manufacturer of zero-emission battery and electric and hydrogen electric vehicles, electric drivetrains, vehicle components, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't seen them do any of this. In fact, they're trying to buy everything from everybody else. So what does Nikola actually do? Apparently, they put out and sell a lot of stock. So if you were up early this morning at 8 o'clock and looking at these headlines, a lot of people and maybe probably a bunch of algorithms saw that headline for Nikola and went and bought the stock and took it up to almost $40 a share. And it traded a lot of volume. I mean, in these 5-minute candles here, there was 1.6 million shares traded, and the next candle here was another like 1 million or more. So probably 4 or 5 million shares traded just on this news before people actually read this report and realized what it was, which is basically GM stepping away from Nikola. In fact, Mary Barra, the CEO, is no longer mentioned in these articles with Nikola like she was before. They have like some VP of supply chain mentioned in these articles now. So that's how much they want to distance themselves from Nikola. So even though you guys who might have bought it this morning in the 30s and maybe almost $40 are down a whole bunch of money, at least you could feel better knowing that Trevor Milton might have been dumping some of his shares to you this morning. That's right. his 91.6 million shares lockup expires today. So is it a coincidence that his lockup expires and Nikola put out this highly misleading headline about a deal with GM, which in fact it's the exact opposite. It's the end of the deal with GM. The short interest on Nikola shares is really high. So what I'm trying to say here, if you didn't figure it out, is with this high short interest and Trevor Milton shares lockup expiring today, this headline, this confusing headline that's put out to make it look like a positive thing, the knee-jerk reaction is for a bunch of people and algos to cover the shorts on the big Nikola short interest to get the stock up. And if Trevor Milton was selling this morning, he could sell at much higher prices than he could on Friday. So Nikola doesn't make their own electric batteries. They don't make their own trucks. They don't make their own hydrogen fuel cells. So what do they do? What do they excel at? Oh, here it is. This is their number one core competency. Nikola has filed to offer up to 53.4 million shares linked to warrants, according to Bloomberg. So that's what they are really good at. Offering 23.9 million shares linked to warrants and 53.4 million shares of common stock. So yes, Nikola is good. They haven't sold a truck. They haven't sold anything except some solar panels on Trevor Milton's house, but they are really good at selling stock to the people that want to believe that they're going to be the next Tesla, to the people that just blindly buy a stock because it has the word electric vehicle or hydrogen fuel cell in their title or in their market releases. The big surprise to me is that Nikola is still actually trading at around $20. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, but if you bought this morning around $40 and now it's trading at $20, you just lost 50% of your money based on a hyped up headline or a purposely erroneous headline or misleading headline, in my opinion. That's a lot of money. So for the people that are still believers in this stock and still want to hold it at $20, I would reconsider if I was you. The GM canceling their deal is probably the first of many other companies that want to distance themselves from Nikola. I wouldn't be surprised if the other companies start walking away from Nikola deals as well. And this Bloomberg headline sums it up pretty completely. If GM doesn't want Nikola shares, why should you? I guess they should have changed it to, if GM doesn't want Nikola shares for free, why should you want to pay for Nikola shares? Most notably, GM will no longer take the 11% holding in Nikola outlined in an original deal. In fact, it doesn't appear the company will take any equity position at all. Wow. So there you have it. I mean, GM doesn't really want anything to do with Nikola. The cracks are being exposed in Nikola more and more every day. You guys should really stay away from this stuff if you don't know what they're doing. And I don't think anybody knows what they're doing besides just marketing what their so-called partnerships are. So that's my look at the Nikola so-called deal with GM. The truth is the Badger deal is a dead deal. GM doesn't even want their stock. So I don't think you should want their stock either. Seriously, you should consider getting out of this and getting into a legitimate electric vehicle company if you want to be exposed to EVs. I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment if you think other manufacturers are going to cut their ties with Nikola soon. Thanks for watching, guys.